Unique New York. Unique New York.
We're warming up. As you can tell, we need to warm up. How are you guys? Welcome back to another Money Mondays. Yes.
My hair's doing
Your
really
hair's
weird
great,
things.
love. It's good. I'm Joel, says my wife.
Hannah. Hi guys.
Hello. Somebody commented on your video and said, on our last Money Mondays video, and said,
no.
Anna, you're really coming out of your shell, like the shyness. I'm like, oh, you have no idea, folks. When the camera's off, this girl is on. She's the humor in my life. So.
Oh, you're so
She's the
cute.
humor in my life. Okay, yes. So welcome back, and thanks for watching us and asking us questions and tuning in. We're really excited to kind of get back into this, and we've just learned a lot together as a couple. Now we've made a lot of mistakes when it comes to our life and our money. Financially, we just, we came from like owing lots of money, and now really being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. And by the end of the year, becoming debt free. We gotta do it, gotta do it. We're working hard here. We're excited, and thank God for this lovely woman who stood by my side the whole entire time. But we just appreciate that you guys tune in, and that YouTube has created a space that we can just talk about this stuff. So it's great. It's encouraging to have feedback. So just thank you. Thanks a lot.
What he said.
So the first question comes from the Funny Rats.
Funny Rats.
Lane over at the Funny Rats. Question is this: I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on the new Apple Pay system that is rolling out since, as Dave says, cash is king. As I'm holding an Apple product here. So yeah, so Apple Pay, that was like, it made a lot of news when it came out, when the announcement came out for the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. And it's kind of a big thing for Apple. If you guys don't know what Apple Pay is, basically we could use now our iPhones. So if Anna was at the shop, or at the shop, she was at the shop, the auto shop. If Anna was at the...
So like...
For example, here we go.
Anna's going to the shop.
If Anna goes to the store and she takes her phone and she's buying groceries, she can at the cash register wave her new iPhone 6 or iPhone 6 Plus or even the Apple Watch and purchase groceries. So what do I think about it? It's kind of scary, actually. It's kind of scary for a couple reasons, but what they've done is there's like a near field communication chip within the phone that basically stores all your encrypted information. So you just swipe, and that's it takes the information, but also uses the thumbprint on there as like your proof of authenticity. The fact that you could just do that kind of just freaks me out, right? Kind of scary. Like, it's just like the idea of not feeling when you pay, right?
It's like even worse now.
It's even worse. We talked actually last
waving a watch. Oh,
waving a watch. I know, waving a watch or your phone.
It's just...
we've talked about it in the past, but the idea of feeling the money when you spend it. There's something about saying, ooh, do I really want to make this purchase? Because with the cash, it's gone. You have to let it go. Exactly. So, I feel that if Anna had this this phone in her hand, and she was going shopping, she'd go, bleep, bleep. No, I'm just kidding. She's the saver in the family. I'm the free spirit.
But I still might, though. I might like forget or think like, oh, we're good. Or, this is really fun.
This is really fun. Exactly. I think I have maybe a desire to try it to see how it works, but if I'm not, we don't have those new phones, and we won't. But no, we are strictly cash people. So when we go to the grocery store, we pay cash. We actually have it, and it helps us keep stay on track, stay within our means, the budget that we have set aside. Because when the money's gone from our food envelope, it's gone. So, unfortunately, for the Apple Pay, I think you could just keep going and going and going and going. And some people,
dangerous.
Can get in a lot of trouble doing that. So, cash is still king. Apple Pay, I don't know.
Yeah, thumbs down for you.
Yeah. So
by the way, you sounded really smart, and I'm really impressed with like what you said.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wow.
That was like, I just learned a lot, and I like the words that you used. You said like near field something. I don't know what you said, but I was like, what is that word? This question comes to us from our family of 4. Yay, I'm so excited Money Mondays are back. Thank you. How do you guys keep yourselves motivated during the long debt-free journey?
Long. It's been long.
It has been long, people. It has been very long. Well, we've definitely had those times where the motivation is lacking, and it is
For
hard,
sure.
And it's defeating, and I cry, or maybe he cries. And it just feels like it is taking forever. And we realize we're kind of losing steam. Our discipline's not totally keeping up. But then we talk, or we listen to Dave Ramsey, or we listen to callers on the Dave Ramsey show, or we review our numbers, or we see how close we're getting and how much hard work we've done. We look at our kids, and we just talk about how we really want to change our family tree. We look at how we grew up with,
Yeah, we both grew up.
Just parents who didn't really totally take advantage of their finances the way they should have. Or,
yeah, they just
I'm
didn't
not saying that right, but
well, not in a bad way to speak bad about our parents,
yeah,
but it's just they just didn't teach us how to handle the money.
Yeah, and nobody taught them. You know, so we just try to keep on trucking.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes it's hard. I mean, just today I'm going, I don't think I can wrap my brain around eating peanut butter and jelly again.
Right.
You know, I mean, just that.
Eat like no one else, baby, right? So one day we could eat like no one else.
Yeah, so we just kind of review things, but it happens. You know, you lose the motivation sometimes. But when we were doing our FPU class the other night, or last night, we were watching the gazelle, the cheetah running after the gazelle, and Dave Ramsey and his passion. And I just run! You gotta run! And I just felt like...
You felt it again, right? Yeah. That's a good idea. Financial Peace University. If you've never done it, do the class.
Take it.
Or if you've taken it before.
Take it again.
Exactly. Do it again.
Motivate yourself. Reintroduce yourself to those principles and get with other people who are like-minded and trying to gain the same traction that you are. Because it helps. I mean, whenever we lead a class, it re-ups my commitment to what we're doing and reminds me. So do things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. This next question is from Sunnyside Up 747. On your debt-free journey, have you ever had times where there was not enough money to pay the bills and basic debts, mortgage, rent, food, utility, things like that? If so, how did you decide where the money should go? If not, what advice would you give to someone who doesn't have enough of an income coming in to pay the basic debts and necessities? Okay, yes.
Great question.
Good question. And have we been there? Absolutely. We've totally been there.
Not within our debt-free journey.
No. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Before we found Dave Ramsey's plan, before we kind of got on our total money makeover, that was us. That was us not knowing where rent was coming. I remember we were in tears because we were $200 short for rent. We had no idea where it was going to come from, literally. And, I mean, we literally both got on our knees and we prayed because we had nothing left. We were like, please, God, where's this going to come? And the amazing thing is, like, prayer works because we got $200 in just a card for someone who's thinking of us. And it was just crazy. But anyways, we've been there. And then once we found, like, these principles and we started changing our behaviors and really paying attention to what we were doing, we found that we never really got back to a place where we couldn't cover our necessities,
and that is through job loss.
And that is through job loss. I had months because we were up and down. 2 months, 3 months of not working.
3 months of no work. I mean, like steady work. You had like a day,
maybe a day here, a day here,
and you were fishing for work. I remember that, and there was just nothing. There was nothing, and it was just we couldn't gain traction with work. But we didn't sink.
And you know why we didn't sink? We didn't sink because we actually got to a point where we became just like budget kings and queens here because we had to. We knew that we would the lifestyle we had chosen, the career path that I was on. It was a lot of freelance work, so we knew that we had to become really good at budgeting and stay a month or sometimes 2 months ahead. So how did we not get in that position ever again? We made sure that we took care of our 4 walls, right? And that's what Dave Ramsey says, our 4 walls. And those 4 walls are food, housing, transportation, utilities. You got to keep the lights on, clothing, things like that. You have to take care of yourself. So the first thing is you have to pay yourself. Okay, when you get paid, you have to make sure you eat. You have to make sure you keep the lights on. You have to make sure you keep the roof over your head, that you have clothes, you have some gas to get point A to point B. Those things are the most important thing. Everybody else doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
They are below the line, Dave Ramsey says.
Below the line. And when extra money comes in, then figure out and prioritize who gets the next $50 or $100, you know. But that information saved us and it kept us afloat. So we've totally been there. If you're in that current position right now where you are not making ends meet, let me just advise you to do whatever you can do to either take an extra job, deliver pizzas, you know, if you have a leaf blower, sell things, anything you can create a thing. Get a lawnmower, people's walk dogs, whatever you can do to just try to get your incomes up, because you have an income problem and it's just the math doesn't lie. So good luck with that. I don't know. I mean,
and at the same time, if I can just impart this, is along with making sure you're paying those 4 walls and keeping that intact, putting a little bit towards your emergency fund, because those things will sink you too. Like, especially during a thing like job loss, because emergencies don't go away. They happen all the time, you know? Like, we had a refrigerator go out. It's like, you have to have a fridge. So and things like that, if you're putting a little bit away for an emergency fund and get to that $1,000 baby step, that $1,000 emergency fund, it can really help put a buffer between your income of paying your 4 walls, or your money to pay your 4 walls, and any emergencies that arise during a time where jobs are not happening.
Thank you so much for the question. That's good stuff. Appreciate it. Good luck. So the next question comes from So Inspired. They ask, we have a family of 6 with 2 older vehicles. Would you suggest a starter emergency fund of more than $1,000, maybe $2,000? Thanks. No, to put it lightly, but let me explain why. If you guys don't know what the baby step 1 is, which is the starter emergency fund, let me briefly give you that explanation. You want to get $1,000 as fast as you can saved away in what we call a starter emergency fund to start handling some of life's emergencies. And we say $1,000 because $1,000 will usually cover most emergencies, okay? And most Americans do not have a plan for emergencies. So what happens is, the minute you try to start to do a budget, the refrigerator is going to go out, or the tire is going to pop, or something's going to happen. And most Americans don't plan for that. So what do they have? They have a credit card for emergencies, you know? And what we're trying to encourage is to don't have that plan of using credit cards for an emergency. Start getting as much money as you can away and put it away as a starter emergency fund, okay? So the idea, even though you are a family of 6 and you have 2 cars, what we would probably suggest is get that $1,000 as your starter emergency fund as quick as you can. Put it away. Don't touch it, okay? And then start what we've done. We started a car sinking fund. And we basically have an envelope, and it says, you know, car repairs / tires. And we put away, you know, it could be $50 a month, it could be $150, $200, you know, depending on what our budget looks like that month. And that's how we fixed our car. Remember that? Our van, we spent like $3,500 to get like a new transmission, like a whole bunch of stuff on the car. Could have bought a new like $3,000 car, but it was horrible. But we used a sinking fund for that. So we encourage you to start that with, you know, an envelope or a little side, you know, put it in a way so that's dedicated to just repairs and car things. You don't touch your starter emergency fund. Then you start paying off your debts in baby step 2, and then return to that starter emergency fund and fully fund it in 3 to 6 months. So good luck. Thanks for the question. Probably not the answer you wanted, but that's the advice we're going to give you.
The next question comes to us from Wee Pengoons. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I love your Money Mondays. Thank you. My question is as follows. Apart from Dave Ramsey's plan, which seems to have served you well so far, have you received any advice from other sources that has helped you financially, like an advisor or even family or friends? Also, have you made up or come up with any techniques or tricks on your own to save or make money? Well,
other than Dave Ramsey plan?
Not a whole lot other than the Dave Ramsey plan and FPU, but when we were going through premarital counseling, our premarital counselors had said, you know, what we do is we put cash in envelopes every month, and we use that, and when the money's gone, it's gone. We don't have any more money for the month.
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. So they actually taught us, and we don't even know.
They did.
But we were too cool for school.
Oh, we were like, who uses cash in envelopes? Like, when you have a debit card, this is so much easier, you know? Other than the Dave Ramsey he wasn't a financial advisor, but he helped us with your...
Oh, yeah, the 401k.
The ELP guy.
Yeah, we did at one point have, I had like a 401k through a job, and when they laid me off, I had to, you know, you only have a certain amount of time to roll it into something. Yeah. And I did actually contact one of Dave Ramsey's ELPs, his endorsed local providers for investing. And we had a local guy who, you know, totally follows the Dave Ramsey steps, their whole firm does, and they have the heart of a teacher. They came over and they helped us do that. So technically, we kind of do have a financial advisor when we're ready to go back into investing, and they'll definitely teach us and show us the stuff the way that Dave Ramsey does teach us.
Come up with any techniques or tricks on your own to save money. Work. Just find any way to make more income is really the key for us, and trying to save money as much as we can. Right. So we use freecycle.org a lot. Well, Joel has done everything. I mean, when he's not been like working like in his career, like he's taken things like cleaning off roofs, and
I've done that.
And he took a second job with the Dodgers for a while.
That's right.
He took other jobs within the industry that, you know, aren't your favorite, and you're not. That's not really your thing, but you did it.
But it was hustle.
You know?
You just gotta hustle. Hustle.
Yeah, and then me just making things and trying to sell them, and
you should sell this. We should sell this one there right now.
I know. So yeah, just trying to do whatever we can and then selling things in garage sales, and we have tried the couponing thing that everybody does. We found that we would spend more money, or we forecasted like this would actually cost us more, and buy things that we wouldn't exactly need or use. I mean, just working really hard to find every little way and saying no.
No, contentment. Being content with what you have. That's the biggest thing we've learned.
It's so hard. It's still hard.
It is.
4.5 years later, it's still hard to say no and be content sometimes, but we have learned a lot about that, and
our kids are learning about it too.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
That is so fun to see. To tag on to that, one of the ways that we were able to bring a little more income in recently was that I got a call from an old friend who said, "Hey, we need a mom and a kid for a commercial spot," and I was
famous.
Oh, yes, please. No pictures. And, you know, I used to do stuff like that. So I was like, all right, you know, I didn't really want to do it, honestly.
But you know, she's like, it pays this and we can pay towards that.
What do you think? I'm like, if I can put it towards that, then fine, I'll do it. I totally didn't want to do it. I had to drag my 3 kids out to Timbuktu. But Caleb was excited to do it, and he made his own money, so that was really fun. But it was just a small spot for it was like a web, like an internet political ad for energy conservation. So it's probably nothing you'll see.
If we find it, we'll post a link sometime in the future. I don't know, the future.
Or maybe we won't. We'll spare you. That concludes our Money Monday time with you. Thank you so much for watching.
You guys are awesome. And if you have a question for us in the future for next Money Mondays, please leave that question in the comments below, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, like our Facebook page, share this video. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for just taking the time to just hear us babble. Remind me of babble.
Oh.
Minions.
Babble.
But anyways,
Banana.
you guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a great week, and this lady will be coming at you on Wednesday.
Check it out.
Alright guys, you're good. I love you. You're good. I love you. You love me. You're awesome. They love you too. We love you.
All
Okay.
the love. All the love.
All the love.
La, la, la.
Alright guys, we'll see you later.